Hi everyone, welcome to another tutorial in the Read and Crochet Along project, RCAL. And today's tutorial is the Mistletoe Season Square. And if you're new to the RCAL, this is a project where I've designed I have designed granny squares inspired by my covers and the colors on the covers. Can't get that out today. Okay, so this one is an anthology, and those of you that know me and my writing, I've written a lot of Amish books, but I've also written several contemporaries, and this one is obviously contemporary, and I love the color of the cover. It's so cute. And this is with Sheila Roberts and Pepper Bashan. So what you need for this project, what I use is Red Heart Super Saver yarn. And you can use any kind of yarn you want. It's very customizable. And I use an H hook for this project because I crochet very loosely. So I always go down a hook size with yarn. You'll need a yarn needle to weave in your ends and scissors. So the yarn I use with Red Heart, for this whole entire RCAL project, I only choose 4 colors from the cover just to kind of challenge myself and to keep the colors manageable. You can use however many colors you want. And for this one, it's turquoise for the background here. Then we've got spring green for her sweater or jacket. Then we have jade. And jade kind of comes in right up here. It's kind of hard to see, but this is more of a jade color, which is actually, these Christmas trees here are more of a slate blue. Or darker slate blue. So, but the jade is right here in the mistletoe. And then this is hot red from Red Heart. And that's just for a pop of color for his hat. And we've got the garland here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for round 1, we're going to use turquoise. We're going to make a slip knot, just like that. Then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to slip stitch to the first chain, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through. That's going to give us our ring, and in that ring we're going to first we need to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then into the ring we're going to put 2 double crochets. So there's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. So that's going to give us 3. 1, 2, 3, because chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to put 3 double crochets into the ring. And we're going to do the chain 3, 3 double crochets into the ring 3 times. All right, so here's our first time. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then another set, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to chain 3 again, 1, 2, and 3, and this will be our third time of doing this 3-stitch grouping. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right, so you're going to pull your yarn, your tail, a little tighter so it closes that up, and then move your stitches over a little bit, just like that. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to slip stitch into the top of the initial chain 3. So this is 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go into this chain, yarn over, pull through, and you'll fasten off, and this is what you have, and that's round 1. Okay, for round 2, we're going to join into the same stitch. If you want to, you could also join in any first DC of a 3 DC grouping. So you could join here if you wanted to as well. But I'm going to go ahead and join in the same stitch. So we'll go on the top of that chain again, and we're going to join with spring green, and then we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to do a front post double crochet around this chain. So yarn over, insert your hook underneath that chain just like this, grab your yarn over, pull through, and then we'll finish the double crochet. So we'll yarn over and pull through once, yarn over and pull through twice, and that gives us a front post double crochet. And so we're going to put a front post double crochet around this stitch and then around this stitch. So yarn over, pull through, insert your hook under the next post, yarn over, pull through, then we're going to complete the double crochet, and then we're going to do we're going to do the same thing to the next stitch, front post double crochet around this stitch. Just like that, and that gives us 3 front post double crochet stitches. Then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to skip this space here, and then we're going to do the 3 front post double crochet stitches, 1 around each one of these stitches. So that's 1. And 2. And then 3. And then we're going to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go ahead and do the front post double crochet stitches around these 3, each of these 3 stitches. So go ahead and finish that round. I'll finish my round and I'll meet you at the beginning. We're at the beginning. You've chained 6, and then you're going to join into that first front post double crochet stitch, just like that. Then you're going to fasten off, and we will go on to round 3. Okay, for round 3, we're going to use jade, and we're going to join in the top of the same stitch, or again, you can choose any front post double crochet, the first one in any chain 3, or sorry, the first front post double crochet in any 3-stitch grouping here. Okay, so then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to front post double crochet around this front post double crochet. This pattern has a lot of front posts in it, but once you get the hang of it, it's super easy. Then you're going to do another front post double crochet around the next stitch, and then front post double crochet around that stitch, the 3rd one, and then you're going to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Again, you're going to skip the space, the chain 6 space, and then you're going to do front post double crochets around each stitch. So it's basically a repeat of the previous round, except you're chaining 9 instead of chaining 6 for the corners. Okay, so we're at our corner. I'm going to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you're just going to repeat around again. So do your front post stitches here, chain 9, front post stitches here, and finish the round, and I'll meet you at the beginning. All right, so we're at the beginning. You've chained 9, then you're going to insert your hook into the top of the first front post double crochet, and we're going to do a slip stitch to fasten off. Okay, And then we are going to go on to the next round. Okay, this next round is an exact repeat of the previous round, just using a different color. So we're going to use turquoise again. And we're going to join in the same stitch, or you can join, I think I lost where my same stitch was. So join in any first front post double crochet, like I've said before. You're going to chain 1, then you're going to front post double crochet around the next 3, or the same stitch, and the next 2 stitches. Then you're going to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then do the same thing again. So that, like I said, it's the exact same round. So you'll chain 9, you'll do your 3 front post stitches, chain 9 again. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the beginning. All right, so we're going to, you've chained 9. You're going to insert your hook at the top of the first front post double crochet, and then we're going to join. All right, so it should be looking like this. So here's your corners. Again, when just like in the other squares, once you do your blocking, you'll be able to manipulate this so it's not so crooked, but it's fine if it's crooked now. All right, we're not going to fasten off. We're going to continue with turquoise, and we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do some more front post stitches. So we'll do a front post double crochet around the same stitch, and then the next one, and the next one. And then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 3, pardon me, excuse me. We have 3 chains here, and we are going to single crochet around all 3 of them. So you can bunch them up a little bit like this, and you're going to insert your hook into this space, go to the back, grab your yarn, and then you want to stretch that single crochet up a bit so it meets with this round. That way it's not too tight and we won't tug and pull. Then you're just going to do a single crochet, and it'll look like this. You can move it around and center it. Then you're going to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're back to our front post double crochets. We're going to put 1 around each stitch. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're back to our chains. So we're going to take these 3 chains and put a single crochet around them, making sure to pull that stitch up just like that, and then single crochet, and then chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're back at our front post double crochets again. So go ahead and finish this round. This is what's going to look like. And I'll meet you at the beginning. Okay, we're at the beginning of the round. And you've chained 6. And we're going to insert our hook in the top of that first double crochet. First front post double crochet. Join. And this is what you have. Okay, so you're going to fasten off, and we'll move on to the next round. Okay, for this next round, we're going to use jade, and we're going to join in the same stitch, or again, one of the first stitches in the 3 stitch grouping. I'm just going to join right here. Okay, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. In this next stitch, we're going to make a corner, and that's going to be 2 double crochets. Oops. 1 and 2. Then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Then we're going to put 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. 1 and 2. In this next stitch, we're going to put a double crochet. I'm actually going to make that double crochet again. That one's kind of wonky. All right, and then in this next double crochet, you're going to put that one right here, right there. You're going to, in this next front post double crochet, you'll put a double crochet. All right, and then now we have this next stitch, and in this next space, and in this next space, we're going to put 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then around this stitch, we're going to put a front post double crochet. So go right underneath that stitch, yarn over and pull through, finish your double crochet, and you have your front post there. The next chain space, we're going to put 5 double crochets just like we did here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and that brings us to this grouping here. We're going to put a double crochet here, and we're going to make another corner in this middle front post. So that's 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. And then we'll put 2 more double crochets into the same stitch. 1 and 2. And that completes our side. So our corners are going to be 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Well, actually, sorry, we start with a chain 3 here, but we're not going to do that on every side. So that's our corner, and then we'll do a double crochet here. Then we'll do 5 double crochets in this space, then a front post double crochet here, then 5 double crochets in this space, and then we're at the 3 front post grouping. So in the first one, we'll put a double crochet, then we'll do another corner. That's 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and that completes the side. And then we'll start a new side by putting a double crochet here, and then we have our spaces. So go ahead and repeat this side all the way around, and I'll meet you at the beginning. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like once you reach the beginning of the round. Then we're going to join at the top of the chain 3. So we'll insert our hook here, and then we'll join, and then we'll fasten off. And moving on to the last round. Put that right there. Moving on to the last round. All right, so we're at our last round, and we're going to be using red, and we're going to join in any corner space. We're just going to do a simple border around this with a pop of red. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do a single crochet in that same space, chain 1 again, and then another single crochet into the same space. And then we're going to do a back loop slip stitch for the next 17 stitches. And that's very simple. You just insert your hook into the back loop, which is right here, and then you yarn over, and then you're just going to pull through, just like that. And you just continue on for 17 stitches. So insert your hook in the back loop, yarn over, and pull through. The key with slip stitches is you want to keep them really loose, because if they're too tight, they're going to make your project bunch. So you want to make sure that as you do these stitches, you keep your hand relaxed. Maybe even a little tug there. And then it's going to look like top stitching, which is kind of cool. I like that effect. So you just continue on for the next 17 stitches. We are at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So your side's going to look like this. And then you're just going to do a corner here. And that's going to be a single crochet, chain 1, and a single crochet. And then you're just going to repeat the back loop slip stitch all the way around. So go ahead and finish that, and I'll meet you at the beginning. Okay, we're at the beginning of the round. And so all we're going to do is get my tails organized here. We're going to join in that first single crochet. So right underneath the loops there, and then you're just going to yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to fasten off. And that is the Mistletoe Season Square. And that was the Mistletoe Season tutorial, Granny Square tutorial. And I hope you enjoyed making this. This is probably one of my favorite squares. I do love my front post stitches, in case you haven't noticed, if you've done other squares. And if you've done other squares, go ahead and tag me at KF Storyteller, or do the hashtag RCAL for Read and Crochet Along. And you can find out more information about my books, along with all the patterns that we've done so far are on my website, kathleenfuller.com. And a big shout out to my friend Katie, who's doing this project with me. Please check out her information, which is in the description box. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.